Stop for a moment, my child. Yes, you. I know you were about to keep moving, to keep searching for something to fill the void, but I have intercepted your path for a reason. I see the light of the screen reflecting in your eyes, but I also see the flicker of weariness deep within your soul. You have been carrying a weight that was never meant for your shoulders. I have watched you navigate the storms of this week, the quiet battles you fought in the middle of the night when the world was asleep and you were alone with your thoughts. I know about the anxiety that grips your chest when you think about your bank account, and I know the sharp sting of loneliness that visits you even when you are in a crowded room. You feel as though you are falling behind, as though everyone else has a map while you are wandering in the dark. But listen closely to my voice. You are not lost, and you are not forgotten. I am the architect of your days, and I have never once looked away from you. In the next 3 hours, a shift is beginning in the unseen realm. I am moving pieces on the board of your life that you cannot yet see. I am opening doors that were bolted shut by your past, and I am quieting the voices of condemnation that tell you that you are not enough. You have been worried about your finances, counting the pennies, and wondering how the ends will meet. I want you to know that I am the provider who clothes the lilies of the field and feeds the birds of the air. Do you not think I will do much more for you, my beloved? Your provision is not tied to the economy of this world. It is tied to the abundance of my kingdom. Within these next 3 hours, I am releasing a peace that surpasses all human understanding into your home. It will settle over your mind like a soft blanket, silencing the roar of what if and how. I am touching your body where there is pain and your heart where there is a fracture. I see the tears you have hidden from everyone else, the ones you wiped away quickly so no one would ask. Those tears are precious to me. I have held every single one in a bottle. I am turning your mourning into dancing and your ashes into beauty. You have felt like you are walking through a desert, parched and tired, but I am the living water. Drink from me now. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Your future is not a series of accidents. It is a tapestry I am weaving with threads of gold and grace. Even the mistakes you made, the ones you think have disqualified you from my favor, are being repurposed for your growth. Nothing is wasted in my hands. As you go about your business in these next few hours, pay attention to the small signs. A sudden sense of calm, a message from a friend, a song that speaks exactly to your situation, or a solution that suddenly clicks into place. These are my whispers to you. I am a father who delights in his children, and my love for you is not conditional. It does not depend on how many times you prayed today or how perfect your life looks. It depends on my character, and I am love. You have been striving so hard to be strong, but you don't have to be strong in my presence. You can be weak. You can be honest. You can be still. I am your refuge and your fortress. When the world tells you to hurry, I tell you to rest. When the world tells you to worry, I tell you to trust. The mountains may shake and the hills may be removed, but my unfailing love for you will not be shaken, nor my covenant of peace be removed. I am standing at the door of your heart, not as a judge, but as a redeemer. I am clearing the path ahead of you. Those obstacles that looked like giants yesterday will look like pebbles tomorrow. I am giving you a new perspective, a divine lens through which to see your life. You are a masterpiece in progress, and the work I have started in you, I will bring to completion. Do not fear the coming hours, for I am already there. I inhabit the past, the present, and the future all at once. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. If I am for you, who can be against you? Take a deep breath now. Let the tension leave your neck and your jaw. Surrender the burdens you were never meant to carry. I am taking them from you. In exchange, I give you my joy, which is your strength. You are cherished. You are seen. You are protected. Walk into these next 3 hours with the confidence of a child who knows their father owns the universe. Everything is going to be all right, because I am with you, and I will never leave you nor forsake you. This is my promise to you, today and forever. As you sit there, still holding the device that brought my voice to your eyes and heart, notice the rhythm of your chest rising and falling. It is a rhythm I orchestrated before the foundations of the world were laid. You are not a coincidence, and this moment of stillness is not an accident. I have pulled you away from the noise of the world for a specific purpose. Within the next 60 minutes, I am going to touch the areas of your mind that feel like a tangled web. You have been trying to solve problems that are not yours to solve yet. You have been mourning tomorrows that haven't even happened. I am asking you to set down the heavy cloak of what-ifs that you have draped over your shoulders. In this first hour, I want you to look around your immediate surroundings. Perhaps there is a stack of papers that represents your stress, or a sink full of dishes that represents your exhaustion, or perhaps you are in a crowded space feeling utterly alone. Whatever your physical setting, I am there, saturating the atmosphere with a peace that transcends your understanding. I am the God of the mundane as much as I am the God of the miraculous. I see the email you are afraid to open. I see the text message you have drafted and deleted a dozen times because you fear the reaction. I am moving in the hearts of those on the other side of those digital screens. I am softening the ground where you expect stone. I am the great mediator, and in this coming hour I am working behind the scenes on your behalf. As the second hour approaches, I want you to pay attention to your physical body. You have been carrying tension in your jaw and your lower back as if you are bracing for a blow that is never coming. My child, you are under my shadow. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and that includes the weapons of self-doubt and internal criticism. I am speaking over your identity right now. You are not your mistakes. You are not your productivity level. You are not the sum of your bank account or the number of people who approve of you. You are my beloved. I am going to bring a memory to your mind in that second hour, a memory of a time when you thought you wouldn't make it, when the path seemed blocked by an insurmountable wall. Remember how I made a way then. Remember the unexpected phone call, the timely provision, the sudden shift in circumstances that saved you. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. If I did it then, I will do it now. The wall you face today is no match for my breath. In the third hour, I am going to give you a divine spark of creativity or a solution to a problem that has plagued you for months. It will come not through striving, but through surrender. While you are doing something simple, perhaps drinking a glass of water, walking to your car, or simply staring out a window, I will drop a seed of wisdom into your spirit. This is the hour of transition. I am shifting you from a posture of defense to a posture of inheritance. You have been living like an orphan, scavenging for scraps of validation and security, but I am reminding you that you are an heir to the kingdom. All that I have is yours. I am the God who provides the manna in the evening and the mercies in the morning. I want you to listen for my whisper in the quiet moments of that third hour. It won't be a shout of condemnation, but a gentle nudge toward the light. I am clearing the clutter of your schedule and your soul. I am removing the people from your path who seek to dim your light, and I am bringing forth destiny helpers who will speak life into your weary bones. You might feel a sudden urge to reach out to someone, or perhaps a sudden release of a grudge you've held like a hot coal. Let it go. The space created by your forgiveness is the space where I will pour my blessings. I am also looking at your finances, my child. I know the numbers that keep you up at night. I know the bills that seem to multiply while your resources seem to shrink. I am the master of the loaves and the fishes. I can stretch what you have and provide what you lack from sources you cannot even imagine. Do not hold your hands so tightly closed in fear. Open them so I can fill them. These next 3 hours are a consecrated window. They are a sanctuary in time. I am asking you to walk through them with a different gait, a slower, more intentional pace. When you speak, speak words of life. When you think thoughts of gratitude. Even for the things that haven't manifested yet, Thank me as if they are already done. For in my realm they are. I am weaving a tapestry of your life that is breathtaking in its complexity and beauty. You only see the loose threads and the knots on the underside, but I see the finished masterpiece. I am using the very things the enemy intended for your harm to weave a pattern of strength and resilience. Every tear you have shed has been collected in my bottle, not one is wasted. They are the water for the seeds of joy that are about to bloom in your life. Stay with me. Do not rush ahead into the later. Stay in the now of my presence. I am here in the room with you. I am in the car with you. I am in the office with you. I am closer than your very breath. As you move into this first hour, feel my hand on your shoulder. Feel the weight of my glory replacing the weight of your worry. We are going to walk through these next 3 hours together. And by the end of them, you will see that I have already begun the work of transformation that you have been praying for. As the clock ticks into the first segment of this holy window, I want you to look at the chair where you sit, the steering wheel your hands are gripping, or the floor beneath your feet, and realize that this very space has become holy ground. I am not a distant architect watching from a balcony in the stars. I am the breath in your lungs and the rhythm in your pulse. In this first hour, I am beginning to dismantle the walls of not enough that you have built around your heart. You have lived so long under the shadow of scarcity, the fear that there isn't enough time, enough money, enough energy, or enough love to go around. But look at the birds I feed. They do not sow or reap, yet I provide. Look at the lilies. They do not toil, yet they are clothed in glory. You are worth more than many sparrows, and in these next 60 minutes I am shifting your frequency from the static of survival to the symphony of abundance. I see the stack of papers on your desk that feels like a mountain of debt. I see the text message you haven't dared to answer because your heart is too weary for the conflict. I see the way you look in the mirror and sigh at the reflection of your exhaustion. I am touching those places now. I am releasing a divine infusion of strength into your marrow. As you move through this first hour, do not be surprised if a sudden sense of calm washes over you while you are doing something as mundane as washing a dish or typing an email. That is my spirit settling the sediment of your soul. I am filtering out the toxins of other people's expectations and the poison of self-criticism. We are clearing the clutter so that, by the second hour, we can begin the deeper work of restoration. Think of that one person who has been a thorn in your side, the one whose name brings a tightening to your chest. In this hour, I am softening the ground between you. I am working in the secret places of their heart, even as I work in yours. You don't have to fight for your dignity. I have already crowned you. You don't have to scramble for your seat at the table. I have prepared a place for you in the presence of your enemies. Now, as we transition toward the second hour, I want to take you back to a moment you think I forgot. I want to take you back to that night 3 years ago when you sat on the edge of your bed, head in your hands, wondering if you would ever feel whole again. I was there. I was the silence that didn't leave you. I was the strength that got you up the next morning. And today, I am calling in the harvest of those tears. The second hour of this window is about lineage and legacy. I am breaking chains that your father wore and that your mother carried. I am reaching back through the generations of your bloodline to heal the traumas that were passed down like heirlooms. You are the one I have chosen to be the cycle breaker. It feels heavy because it is significant, but you are not carrying it alone. My shoulders are broad enough for your entire family tree. In this middle hour, I am dealing with the hidden things. Those secret shames you think disqualify you from my favor. I am washing them white as snow. I am replacing the ashes of your past mistakes with the beauty of a new purpose. You might feel a sudden urge to reach out to someone you haven't spoken to in years, or perhaps a memory of a childhood dream will resurface with startling clarity. Pay attention. These are not random sparks of thought. They are my whispers. I am reviving the parts of you that you let die because you thought life was too hard to keep them alive. I am breathing on the embers of your creativity, your playfulness, and your wonder. The world tried to make you hard, but I am making you whole. I am looking at the way you handle your finances, and I am speaking a word of multiplication over your seeds. That small act of generosity you did last week, the one you thought went unnoticed, I saw it. It was a sweet fragrance to me, and I am using it as a foundation for a blessing that will overflow your storehouses. In the second hour, the air around you will feel thicker with my presence. You might feel a warmth in your hands or a lightness in your chest. Do not be afraid. It is simply the weight of my glory displacing the weight of your worry. We are moving into a space where time behaves differently. I am compressing years of healing into minutes. I am making up for the time the locusts have eaten. You have felt like you were falling behind, like everyone else was crossing the finish line while you were still tying your shoes. But I am the God who makes the last first and the first last. I am giving you a quantum leap in your spirit. By the time we reach the third hour, the landscape of your internal world will have shifted so significantly that you will hardly recognize the person who started this 3-hour journey. I am looking at your physical body now, the tension in your neck, the ache in your lower back, the way your eyes feel heavy from staring at screens. I am sending my healing virtue through your nervous system. I am the great physician, and I am recalibrating your body to resonate with the peace of my kingdom. Rest in this. Do not try to figure out the how or the when. Just stay in the who. I am the great I am. I am the beginning and the ending. And in these next 3 hours, I am the bridge between your struggle and your strength. We are not done yet, my child. We have only just begun to peel back the layers of what I have in store for you. Stay tucked under the shadow of my wing. The third hour is approaching, and it carries a revelation that will change the way you see your future forever. But for now, just breathe. Breathe in my grace, breathe out your striving. We are walking together, and I am not letting go of your hand. As we enter this second hour together, I want you to feel the weight of the invisible luggage you have been carrying. You have become so accustomed to the heaviness that you think it is a part of your own skin. You think the exhaustion is your identity. But I tell you, it is merely a garment you have outgrown. I am gently unbuckling the straps of those heavy burdens, the ones you've carried for your family, the ones you've carried for your workplace, and the heavy, jagged stones of regret you've carried for yourself. Look at your hands for a moment. They were not made to clench so tightly. They were made to be open, to receive, to create, and to be held by mine. In this very moment, I am moving into the rooms of your heart that you have kept locked, even from yourself. I see the someday closet where you've hidden the dreams you think are too foolish to pray for. I see the never again room where you've walled off your heart after that specific betrayal that left you cold. I am walking through those walls now, not with a hammer to break them, but with a light that simply dissolves the shadows. I am speaking to the child inside you who was told they were too much or not enough. I am whispering the truth into those ancient wounds. You are exactly what I intended when I spoke the world into being. During these next 60 minutes, I am working on the infrastructure of your life. Think of the plumbing in a great house, the parts no one sees but are essential for life. I am clearing the blockages in your creative flow. I am repairing the leaks in your joy. You have wondered why you felt drained even when you tried to rest. It is because there were leaks in your spirit where comparison and what-ifs were draining your vitality. I am sealing those now with my peace. I am looking at your bank account, your pantry, and the bills on your counter. You feel the squeeze of the world's economy, but I am inviting you into the economy of the kingdom, where a few loaves and fishes are more than enough. Do not let your heart be troubled by the numbers. I am the architect of provision, and I am already setting the stage for a suddenly that will defy your logic. I am prompting someone right now to think of you. I am placing your name on the heart of an influencer, a helper, a friend you haven't spoken to in years. While you are here with me, I am working behind the scenes of your tomorrow. I am arranging the conversations you haven't had yet. I am softening the hearts of those you fear will reject you. I am smoothing the path you thought was uphill. You see, this 3-hour window is a sanctuary in time. It is a tent I have pitched in the middle of your busy week. The world is still spinning, the notifications are still pinging, but they cannot reach you here. You are in the secret place. I am looking at the relationship that has caused you the most tears lately, the one that feels like a constant puzzle with missing pieces. I am breathing my breath into that vacuum. I am giving you the wisdom to know when to speak and the strength to know when to be still. I am teaching you a new way to love that doesn't involve losing yourself. You are not a martyr for everyone else's happiness. You are a light bearer, and a light bearer must keep their own flame tended. I am pouring the oil of my spirit onto your flickering wick. Do you feel that warmth in your chest? That is not just emotion. It is the physical manifestation of my presence recalibrating your heart's rhythm. We are moving toward the midpoint of this journey, and the atmosphere is getting thicker with my glory. I am removing the scales from your eyes, the lenses of cynicism and disappointment that have colored your view of the future. You have been looking through a glass darkly, seeing only the obstacles, but I am polishing your vision. I want you to see what I see, a life that is not a series of accidents but a masterpiece in progress. I am taking the mistakes of your past, the detours, the failed ventures, the broken promises, and I am using them as the very texture and depth of the painting. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Not a single tear you've cried in the shower has been forgotten. I have caught them all, and I am turning that salt into seasoning for your testimony. As we approach the end of this second hour, I want you to lean back. If you are sitting, feel the chair supporting you. If you are lying down, feel the bed. I want you to realize that just as these physical objects hold you up without your effort, I am holding your entire existence. You do not have to hold it all together. That is my job. Your job is to be my child, to be the recipient of my affection, to be the focus of my intentionality. There is a deep, quiet work happening in your nervous system right now. The fight or flight response that has been your default for years is being deactivated. I'm replacing it with the rest and receive frequency. You are becoming a person who can walk through a storm and not get wet. You are becoming a person who can hear bad news and not be shaken because your heart is fixed on me. Stay with me. Do not rush ahead to the third hour. There is still so much to do in this middle space. I am working on the hidden things, the roots that will support the fruit everyone else will see later. I am making you resilient. I am making you radiant. I am making you whole. We are walking through the garden of your soul, and I am pulling the weeds of not enoughness by the roots so they never grow back. Just stay here. Just be present. I am the God of the quiet whisper, and I have much more to tell you before the sun sets on this day. I want you to notice the rhythm of your own heart right now. It is the drumbeat of my commitment to you. Every beat is a yes to your existence, a pulse of my grace that you did not have to earn and that you cannot lose. As we linger in the depths of this second hour, I want to speak to the clutter that has filled your mind, the lists, the what-ifs, and the quiet comparisons that rob you of your joy. Imagine me taking a gentle broom to those corridors. I am sweeping away the dust of other people's expectations. I am clearing the cobwebs of the past that have made you feel like you are trapped in a cycle. You are not trapped. You are being refined. I see the way you look at the screen in your hand, searching for a sign, a word, or a glimmer of hope. You can stop searching now, for I have found you. I have always known exactly where you were hiding, even when you were hiding from yourself. Think of that dream you tucked away in a drawer years ago, the one you labeled improbable or too late. I am dusting it off. I am breathing my own life into the lungs of your dormant desires. You are not too old, it is not too late, and the mistakes you made were merely the fertilizer for the garden I am planting in you now. I am looking at the architecture of your soul, the parts of you that have been braced for impact since you were a child. I see the little version of you that decided it wasn't safe to be vulnerable, the one who learned to perform to be loved. I am reaching back through the timeline of your life, touching every moment where you felt abandoned, and I am whispering, I was there. I am rewriting the narrative of your loneliness. You thought you were alone in that room when the silence felt like a physical weight, but I was the silence, holding space for you to finally break so I could begin the work of making you whole. Even now, I am addressing the physical weariness that has settled into your bones. You have been carrying the weight of generations, the anxieties of your mother, the stoicism of your father, the unresolved grief of those who came before you. I am severing those invisible tethers. You are not a repository for ancestral pain, you are a fresh start. Look at your hands. They have worked hard, they have held on tight, and they have often trembled in the dark. I am steadying them now. I am preparing them to receive gifts that you previously would have dropped because you were too busy clenching your fists in defense. The third hour is coming, and it will bring a clarity you have never known, but we cannot rush the process. There is a specific frequency of peace that only settles in the stillness of the waiting. You might feel a warmth in your chest or a sudden, unexplained urge to take a deep, shuddering breath. That is me, expanding your capacity to hold joy. You have lived on survival rations of happiness for far too long. You have been grateful for the crumbs, and while I love your grateful heart, I am preparing a feast. I see the bills on your table, the medical reports you haven't fully processed, the to-do list that feels like a mountain. Do not look at them with the eyes of a servant. Look at them with the eyes of a child whose father owns the mountain. I am moving pieces on the chessboard of your life that you didn't even know were in play. Someone is thinking of you right now, moved by a sudden impulse to reach out, to offer the very thing you thought you would have to beg for. Opportunities that seemed like dead ends are being rerouted into highways. But for these next few moments, I want you to ignore the how and the when. The how is my specialty. The how is the miracle. Your only task is to stay in this frequency of rest and receive. Imagine my hand on your shoulder, grounding you. Feel the tension leaving your jaw, your neck, the space between your eyebrows. You have been scowling at the future for so long, trying to figure it out, but the future is already mine. I have walked through your tomorrow and left blessings in the shadows. I have walked through your next year and smoothed the path. This middle space, this quiet sanctuary we are sharing, is where your strength is renewed. It is not the strength of a warrior who is exhausted from battle, but the strength of a tree whose roots have finally hit the underground spring. You are becoming unshakable, not because you are strong, but because I am your foundation. I want you to remember a specific moment from your childhood, a time when you felt truly safe. Maybe it was the smell of rain on hot pavement, the sound of a certain song, or the way the light hit the kitchen floor. I am bringing that safety back to you, not as a memory, but as a permanent residence. I am healing the startle response that makes you jump at every change. You are learning to trust the flow of my spirit. As we approach the final minutes of this second hour, I am pouring a special anointing over your mind. It is a clarity that will allow you to see through the lies of the enemy. When the world tells you that you are lacking, you will hear my voice saying, "You are full." When the world tells you to hurry, you will hear me say, "Peace, be still." We are almost ready to step into the third hour, the hour of manifestation, but stay with me just a little longer. Let the silence speak. Let the stillness heal. I am the God of the details, and I am currently attending to the details of your heart that you haven't even found the words to pray for yet. I know them, I hear them, and I am answering them with a resounding yes. Stay here. Do not move. The atmosphere around you is changing and the air is getting thicker with my presence. You are surrounded, you are protected, and you are deeply, deeply loved. Now, as the clock transitions and we enter this third hour, the air in your room is no longer just air. It is the breath of the Almighty. You can feel a warmth beginning at the soles of your feet and rising, a gentle heat that speaks of a refining fire that does not consume, but restores. We are entering the hour of manifestation, the hour where the spiritual seeds you have sown in tears begin to break through the hard crust of the earth. I see you sitting there, perhaps holding your phone, perhaps leaning back with a sigh, and I want you to know that I am looking at the very things you think are hidden. I see the unpaid bill sitting on the corner of your table, the one that makes your heart flutter with anxiety every time you glance at it. I see the text message you started writing 3 days ago to that family member, the one you deleted because the pride or the hurt was too thick to push through. I am in those gaps. I am the bridge. In this third hour, I am releasing a spirit of reconciliation that you cannot manufacture on your own. I am softening the heart of the one who offended you, and I am strengthening yours to receive a peace that passes understanding. Think of the tension you carry in your jaw, the way you clench it when you are driving or when you are trying to figure out how to make ends meet. I am touching that tension right now. Release it. Let the muscles soften. I am the God who provides the manna in the morning and the quail in the evening, and your just enough is about to become more than enough. Do you remember that dream you had 7 years ago? The one about the house with the garden, or the business that would help people, or the book that would tell your story. You tucked it away in a drawer labeled impossible because life got too loud and your bank account got too low. I have not forgotten that dream. In fact, I have been watching it in the dark. This third hour is the beginning of the suddenlies. Suddenly, the phone will ring. Suddenly, the doctor will say the words clear and normal. Suddenly, the HR department will find your resume at the top of the stack. You are not lucky. You are favored. I am moving the people who need to be moved, and I am positioning the people who need to be positioned. You have felt like you were in a waiting room for a decade, watching everyone else's name be called while you sat in the corner with a worn-out heart. But I tell you, the last shall be first. I have saved the best wine for this moment in your life. I am healing the trauma stored in your body, the memories of the words that were shouted at you when you were vulnerable. Those words are falling off you like dry leaves in autumn. They have no power over your identity. You are not what they said you were. You are who I say you are. You are a conqueror, a child of the King, a vessel of light in a world that is desperate for a glimmer of hope. As we move deeper into this hour, I want you to pay attention to your physical surroundings. Notice the way the light is changing, the way the hum of the world seems to fade into the background. I am creating a sanctuary around you. Even if you are in a crowded room or a noisy office, I am building a wall of fire around your heart. Nothing can get through to harm you. I am looking at your children and the children of your children. I am untangling the knots of generational patterns that have kept your family bound. The addiction, the silence, the scarcity, I am breaking the chain in this very hour. You are the one I chose to break the cycle. It is a heavy mantle, but I have given you the shoulders to carry it, and my grace is the oil that makes it light. Do not look at the mountain and wonder how you will climb it. Look at me and realize I am the one who moves the mountain while you sleep. I want you to take a deep, slow breath. With every inhale, breathe in my provision. With every exhale, let go of the need to control the outcome. You have spent so much energy trying to architect your own rescue, but the doors are opening now not because you pushed them, but because I have the keys. I am touching your finances, yes, but more importantly, I am touching your faith. I am taking the mustard seed of your trust and I am turning it into a forest. I see the physical pain you have been nursing, the ache in your lower back, the sharpness in your knee, the heaviness in your chest. I am the great physician, and I am performing a divine adjustment right now. You might feel a tingle, a sudden coolness, or a wave of relief. That is my signature on your skin. I am not a distant god watching from a balcony. I am in the room, leaning in close, catching the tear before it even leaves your eye. The manifestations of this hour are not just for your comfort, but for my glory. People will look at your life and they will not see your effort, they will see my hand. They will ask how you survived the storm, and you will tell them you didn't just survive, you learned how to walk on the water with me. Stay in this posture of expectancy. The third hour is the hour of the open hand. Keep your hands open, for I cannot fill a clenched fist. I am pouring out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. It is starting in your spirit, moving to your mind, and then it will manifest in your physical world. Do not rush this. The silence is where the work is being finished. I am fine-tuning the frequency of your soul so you can hear my whisper over the roar of the crowd. You are being prepared for a weight of glory that would have crushed the person you were a year ago. But you have been strengthened. You have been tempered. You are ready. Stay with me. Stay with me, for the atmosphere of your home is shifting even as the light changes in the sky. I am walking through your hallway right now. I am standing by the door you have been afraid to open, and I am placing my hand upon the handle. You have felt a stagnation, a sense that the walls are closing in, but I am expanding your borders. Look at the pile of papers on your desk, the ones that represent the debt, the legal struggle, or the application that was denied. I am breathing my ruach, my breath of life, over those documents. What looked like a dead end is becoming a doorway. In the next hour, I am going to bring a name to your mind. It is a person you haven't spoken to in a season, someone who carries a key you didn't even know you needed. Do not dismiss the thought as a random memory. It is my prompt. I am the architect of the suddenly. You have spent years in the gradually, and you have grown weary of the slow climb. But the third hour is about the acceleration. I am compressing time for you. What should have taken 10 years to heal, I am mending in 10 minutes of my presence. I see the way you look at your reflection and see only the scars of the battle. I see the lines around your eyes that speak of sleepless nights spent worrying about your children, your parents, or your future. I am smoothing those lines. I am washing away the gray film of exhaustion that has coated your vision. I want you to see yourself as I see you, a masterpiece in progress, a warrior who hasn't realized their armor is made of light. Think back to the moment you almost gave up, the night you sat on the edge of the bed and whispered, "I can't do this anymore." I was there. I was the strength in your spine that kept you from collapsing. I was the silent partner in your survival. Now, I am stepping out of the shadows to be the visible partner in your victory. In these next 3 hours, I am addressing the thorns in your side. You know the ones, the persistent temptations, the recurring thoughts of inadequacy, the jealousy that bites when you see others being blessed. I am uprooting those thorns. They are not part of your original design. They were seeds planted by the enemy in the dark, but my light is a consuming fire. I am burning away the dross so that only the gold remains. Listen to the rhythm of your heart. It is beating in sync with the heartbeat of heaven. There is a song I am placing in your spirit, a melody you've never heard but your soul recognizes. Sing it. Even if it is just a hum, even if it is a wordless cry, let it out. It is the sound of your chains breaking. You have been a prisoner of what if for too long. What if I fail? What if they leave? What if it happens again? I am replacing what if with even so. Even so I am with you. Even so I am providing. Even so I am your shield. As the second hour approaches, I am dealing with your finances. I am not just the God of your soul, I am the God of your bread and your oil. I see the gap between what you have and what you need. I am closing that gap. Watch for the random refund, the unexpected favor, the idea for a new stream of income that drops into your mind like a lightning bolt. I am giving you the power to create wealth, not for your hoarding, but for your freedom and my kingdom. You have been a conduit that was clogged by fear. I am clearing the pipes. The flow is returning. And for your body, oh, my beloved, I am doing a deep work. That inflammation that has made your joints feel like they are filled with glass, I am pouring the oil of anointing into those spaces. I am calming the nervous system that has been stuck in fight or flight for years. Your body is the temple of my spirit, and I am doing a holy house cleaning. I am removing the toxins of stress and the residue of trauma. You will find yourself breathing deeper than you have in a decade. Your lungs will expand with the air of a new country, a land of promise. Do not look back at the Egypt of your past. Do not long for the familiar chains. I am leading you through a wilderness that is about to bloom. In the next 3 hours, the desert will rejoice. You will see a sign, a literal physical sign in your environment. It might be a bird that lands on your windowsill, a specific song that plays on the radio the moment you turn it on, or a message from a stranger that echoes the very thoughts we are sharing now. These are not coincidences. They are God-incidences. They are my way of winking at you, letting you know that the Creator of the stars is mindful of your specific, individual life. You are not a number in a crowd. You are a name written on my palm. I am calling that name now. Can you hear it? It is a call to come higher. It is a call to leave the porch of your potential and enter the palace of your purpose. You have been playing small because you were afraid of the spotlight, but the light I am shining on you isn't a spotlight, it's a sunrise. It warms, it heals, and it reveals the beauty I have hidden within you. Stay in this space of quietness. The world will try to pull you back into the scroll, back into the noise, back into the comparison. Resist it for just a little longer. This 3-hour window is a sanctuary. It is a city of refuge for your weary heart. I am setting a table for you in the presence of your enemies, the enemies of doubt, depression, and delay. They have to watch while I honor you. They have to watch while I pour the oil of joy over your head. Your cup is not just getting full, it is beginning to spill over. And that overflow is going to touch everyone in your house. Your children will feel a peace they can't explain. Your spouse will see a softness in your eyes they haven't seen in years. Your workplace will feel the shift in your energy. You are becoming a carrier of my presence. Where you walk, the atmosphere changes. Where you speak, hope takes root. This is the transformation of the 3rd hour. It is the transition from God, help me, to God, thank you. The prayer of petition is turning into a prayer of praise. Do not wait for the manifestation to start the celebration. Praise is the bridge between the promise and the payoff. Walk across that bridge right now. Raise your mental voice and thank me for the healing that is already traveling through your bloodstream. Thank me for the check that is already in the mail. Thank me for the child who is already on their way home. I am the God who calls things that are not as though they were. Start calling your future into the present. You are not the victim of your circumstances. You are the victor by my spirit. The clock is moving, but I stand outside of time. I am already in your tomorrow, and I am telling you it is good. I have already scouted the land, and there are no giants there that can stand against the God who lives inside you. You are being reauthorized. You are being recommissioned. The next 3 hours are the launch pad for the next 30 years. Every tear you cried was a seed, and harvest time has arrived. The rain is falling, can you smell it? It is the rain of my favor, and it is soaking the parched ground of your soul. Everything that was dormant is starting to stir. Everything that was dead is beginning to twitch with life. I am the resurrection and the life, and I am standing in your graveyard, calling your dreams by name. Lazarus, come forth. Vision, come forth. Joy, come forth. Watch what happens next. The stone is being rolled away. Stay with me. Do you feel that? The silence that follows a miracle. It is the sound of the old world passing away and the new world being born within you. For years, You have been measuring your life by the minutes of your labor and the hours of your exhaustion, but I am shifting your clock to the rhythm of my grace. In these next 3 hours, I am doing a work that usually takes decades. I am compressing time. I am collapsing the distance between the desire and the delivery. You have been waiting for doors to open, but I am removing the entire wall. Listen closely. There is a specific conversation happening right now. A name is being brought up in a room you haven't entered yet. Someone is looking at your resume, your face, your history, and they aren't seeing your mistakes. They are seeing my light. I have placed a divine unrest in the hearts of those who hold the keys to your next level. They will not be able to sleep. They will not be able to find peace until they fulfill the assignment I have given them concerning you. You thought you were forgotten in the bureaucracy of life, lost in the pile of maybe, and not yet. But I have moved your file to the very top. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I do not need an invitation from the world to bless my children. As you read these words, I am touching the areas of your body that have been weary. That chronic pain, that nagging ache in your lower back, the heaviness in your head, I am breathing my life into your cells. I created every strand of your DNA, and I know how to recalibrate what the world has worn down. This isn't just a physical healing, it is a restoration of your soul's vitality. You have been running on empty, trying to pour from a cracked jar, but I am sealing the cracks and overflowing the vessel. The scrolling ends here because the seeking has found its source. You didn't find this message, I found you. I reached through the digital noise, through the algorithm of man, to bring you into the algorithm of heaven. Think about the thing you've been most afraid to hope for. That one dream you buried so deep you can barely feel its heartbeat anymore. Maybe it was a business that failed, a relationship that shattered, or a creative spark that was extinguished by the cold winds of reality. I am telling you to breathe. I am breathing on those dry bones right now. The next 3 hours are a season of suddenlies. Suddenly, the phone will ring. Suddenly, the peace will surpass your understanding. Suddenly, the answer that was no yesterday becomes a yes that echoes into your future. I am touching your finances too. You have been worrying about the math, but I am the God of the multiplication. I am looking at your jars of oil, and I am saying they shall not run dry. I am looking at your loaves and fishes, and I am saying there will be more than enough to feed the multitude of your needs. I see the tears you shed when no one was looking, the ones that soaked into your pillow in the middle of the night when the house was quiet, and the weight of the world felt like it was crushing your chest. I have bottled every one of those tears. They were not wasted. They were the irrigation for the garden I am planting in your spirit. You are not weak because you cried. You are strong because you endured, and now your endurance is being rewarded. I am the God of the second chance, the third chance, and the 70 times seventh chance. I am wiping away the shame of the past. That version of you who failed, I don't see her. That version of you who fell, I don't see him. I only see the masterpiece I am perfecting. In the next 180 minutes, I want you to pay attention to the small things. A bird singing outside your window, a sudden memory of a childhood joy, a song that comes on the radio at just the right moment. These are my love letters to you. I'm a god of the macro, but I am also a god of the micro. I care about the details. I care about the way your heart flutters when you're anxious. I care about the dreams you're too scared to tell your best friend. I'm the safe place for your secrets. I am the fortress for your fears. The atmosphere around you is changing. The spiritual climate is shifting from winter to spring. You might still see the snow on the ground, but the sap is rising in the trees. The roots are waking up. You are the tree planted by the rivers of water. Your leaf shall not wither. You are entering a season where everything you touch will begin to reflect my glory. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands. You are constantly before me. When you were scrolling, I was watching. When you were doubting, I was believing in you. When you were ready to give up, I was preparing your coronation. The clock is ticking toward a divine appointment. There is an alignment happening in the heavens. Stars you cannot see are moving on your behalf. Angels are being dispatched with orders to clear your path. Every obstacle, every mountain of debt, every valley of depression is being leveled. I'm making the crooked places straight and the rough places smooth. Do not look at your bank account to determine your worth. Do not look at your follower count to determine your influence. Look at me. I am your source. I am your shield. I am your exceeding great reward. Within these 3 hours, I am going to give you a download. A new idea, a fresh perspective, a solution to a problem that has been plaguing you for months. It will come as a whisper, a quiet aha moment. Do not dismiss it. It is the blueprint for your next season. I am teaching you how to build in the spirit so you can inhabit in the natural. You have been a consumer for too long. I am calling you to be a creator. I am putting the pen back in your hand. I am putting the brush back in your hand. I am putting the vision back in your eyes. The world says you are too old, too young, too broken, or too late. I say you are right on time. My timing is the only clock that matters. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I am the God of the in-between. I am in the waiting with you. I am in the transition with you. This transition is almost over. You are on the threshold. Can you feel the handle of the door beneath your hand? Don't pull back now. Don't let the voices of what if drown out the voice of I am. I am deepening the well of your joy. This is not a fleeting happiness based on what happens. This is a deep-seated joy based on who I am. It is your strength. It is your weapon. When you laugh in the face of the enemy, he loses his power. When you sing in the middle of the prison, the doors fly open. I am giving you a new song. It is a song of deliverance. It is a song of triumph. Even if your voice trembles, sing it. Even if your heart is heavy, dance. The physical movement of your faith is breaking the chains that have bound your family for generations. You are the cycle breaker. You are the one who says no more to the patterns of lack and yes to the patterns of abundance. The next 3 hours are sacred. They are a sanctuary in time. I am inviting you to dwell here with me. Don't rush ahead to the next task. Don't worry about dinner or tomorrow's meeting. Stay in this flow. Let the oil of my spirit saturate your thoughts. I am washing away the grit of the world, the cynicism that has tried to settle on your heart. I am giving you the heart of a child again, full of wonder, full of expectation, full of trust. You can trust me. I have never failed you, and I am not starting now. The delays were not denials, they were developments. I was building your character to sustain the blessing I am about to release. If I had given it to you sooner, it might have crushed you. But now you are ready. You are seasoned. You are strong. You are mine. Keep your eyes on the horizon. The sun is rising, and it is shining specifically on your path. I am not done with you. We are just getting started. The weight is lifting. The light is breaking. Stay in this moment. Do you feel that subtle shift in the air? It's the sound of the wind changing direction in your favor. I see you, tired from the constant noise, the notifications, and the demands that pull at your soul from every angle. I see the way you try to hold it all together for everyone else, wearing a mask of strength while your spirit whispers for rest. In these next 3 hours, I am peeling back that mask. You don't have to be the provider, the protector, or the problem solver right now. You just have to be my child. Think of that one thing, the one that keeps you awake at 2:00 a.m., the one that makes your stomach tighten when you check your email. I am breathing over that situation right now. That knot in your chest, I am untying it with my fingers of light. You've been carrying a heavy rucksack filled with the expectations of people who don't even know your heart. Lay it down at the foot of this moment. I want to talk to you about the kitchen table where you sat yesterday, staring at the bills, wondering how the math would ever add up. I was there. I heard your sigh. I felt the heat of your frustration. I am the God of the loaves and the fishes, and I am the God of your bank account too. I am moving pieces behind the scenes that you cannot see yet, phone calls being made, hearts being softened, doors being unlocked by keys you didn't even know you possessed. As you sit here, I am realigning your perspective. You have been looking at the mountain through a magnifying glass, making it appear insurmountable. But I am the creator of the mountain. From where I sit, it is a mere pebble, and I am about to cast it into the sea for you. Within the next 3 hours, pay attention to the small things. A specific song might play, or a name might pop into your head, someone you haven't spoken to in years. That is not a coincidence. It is my GPS directing you toward your miracle. I am also touching the areas of your body where stress has taken up residence. Your shoulders, your neck, the tension in your jaw, let it go. I am sending a wave of healing through your nervous system. I am resetting your rhythm. You were never meant to live at the pace of an algorithm. You were meant to live at the pace of my grace. Think of the person who hurt you, the one whose words still echo in your mind like a recurring nightmare. I am placing a shield between you and those words. They no longer have the power to define you. I am rewriting your identity in this very hour. You are not the one who failed. You are not the one who was left. You are the one I chose. You are the one I am elevating. I want you to take a deep breath, inhale my peace, exhale the poison of resentment. There is a specific breakthrough coming for your family. I know you've been praying for that prodigal soul, the one who seems so far gone. My reach is longer than their rebellion. My love is more persistent than their pride. In these next 3 hours, I am softening the hard ground of their heart. You don't need to argue with them, you just need to trust me. I'm also looking at your creative dreams, the ones you tucked away in a drawer because life got too busy or someone told you they were impractical. I am blowing the dust off those dreams. They are not dead. They were just hibernating. I am giving you a fresh vision, a strategy that will make sense of all the random skills you've acquired over the years. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear you shed has been collected in my bottle, and I am turning that salt water into a refreshing spring. You have felt like you were in a dry season, a desert where nothing grows, but look closely at the sand beneath your feet. I am making a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I am preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. They will watch as I favor you. They will see the oil of gladness on your head. But this isn't about pride. It's about my glory being revealed through your restoration. I want you to spend the next hour in intentional quietness if you can. If you must work, work with a heart of worship. If you are driving, let the car be your cathedral. I am hovering over your thoughts. I am cleaning out the cobwebs of never and cannot. Replace them with already and he will. I am the great I am, not the I might be. My promises are yes and amen. I am speaking to your health, your mind, and your legacy. The generational curse of poverty, the cycle of addiction, the shadow of depression. I am severing those ties right now. Your children and your children's children will walk on the bridge you are building today through your faith. You are the architect of a new lineage. The next 3 hours are a portal of transformation. Don't let the enemy distract you with a notification or a petty argument. Stay focused on the light. I am pouring out a spirit of wisdom and revelation upon you. You will know what to do about that contract. You will know what to say to that difficult person. You will know when to move and when to stand still. I am your shepherd, and I lead you beside still waters. Even if the world around you is a raging storm, your inner sanctuary is calm because I am in the boat with you. Do you feel the warmth? That is my presence. Do you feel the lightness? That is my hand lifting the burden. We are walking together into a season of unprecedented fruitfulness. You have planted in tears, but you will reap in joy. The harvest is not just coming, it is already beginning to ripen. Stay with me. Don't look away. There is so much more I want to show you about the beauty I have hidden in your future.